As I said before, it's one of those things where at one time or another we may have all felt like an imposter. At the first hint of feeling like an imposter, I don't suggest you suddenly rush off and find psychological help. Where typically you want to find help is either because you're curious about it, because it keeps showing up, it keeps tapping you on the shoulder, and you're like, right, this has happened one too many times. I want to know where this comes from, or why I keep feeling like that,
Right.
or I don't want to feel like this anymore. Or it becomes pathological, i.e. it's showing up every day, you are in a cold sweat before you go into work. That's a different issue, and that's when you're straying into other problems. Either way, somewhere along that line, getting someone to talk to is going to be helpful.
Yeah.
But that might come after your own period of internal inquiry.
Are there potential there is obviously a potential downside to not getting any help with this, but could this become seriously an issue if somebody who is waking up in the cold sweat every morning doesn't try and get it resolved somehow?
Well, that's when I would say it's not imposter syndrome, and that's arguably why it's not in the DSM, because it's not classified as an illness or a disorder, although there is argument that it should be. It's once it becomes an issue, like clinically a problem, because you maybe can't function, you're thinking about it all the time, it's probably not actually just imposter syndrome in isolation. And I assume someone would be having other issues alongside that, kind of comorbidly with, are they then very, very anxious? Is there a generalised anxiety? It's probably impacting their sleep, their food, their diet. So then we're looking at other issues, so then they would need to have help. You might find that you're just feeling like an imposter, and in that, it shows up every now and again, like I said, or it's around particular people, or when you have to do particular things, or at the potential that there's a change in job. Then it's about maybe taking time to figure out for yourself why that's showing up.
Right.
And that's when it's about kind of thinking for yourself what's happening. Again, can you, journal, talk to a friend to start with, and just kind of figure things out. Get some help in terms of your own research and reading, and kind of, there's some great books, and don't ask me to name any, but I can send them to you. There's a great website actually, which is more around imposter phenomenon, which is great. So I'll send you the link to that for people to look at.
Yeah, thank you, because I'd like to send out
and there's lots of training and
research
events where people specialise just in looking at this, which people might find really interesting. So again, doing your own kind of self-inquiry will really help. But again, I think some of this is normal, and this comes from us feeling like we have to be perfect, our past.
And always, because nobody talks about it, always thinking we're the only one
We're
as
the
well.
only one, exactly, again. So again, if we had more of an openness about these conversations, then I think it would normalise it.